Well, I want to just thank you so much for being here today. So, oops, I got another person coming in. Um, it's really, like I said, this is really fun for me. So this is my first official group healing, and I really wanted to come up with an idea of, I don't know, everybody needs healing, and we need it now. We need it cheap. We need it fast. We need it powerful. We need it quick. I've been having this on my mind for quite a while to try this. So thank you for being my very first um, uh, test subjects, my guinea pig group. I really think it's great, and I'm super thrilled that you're here. So for those of you that don't know me, I'm Lisa Campion, and I'm a energy medicine healer and the author of 2 books. So I'm the author of Energy Healing for Empaths and also The Art of Psychic Reiki. Maybe you're here because you read my book, and if you did, thank you so much. I've been doing energy work for a long time. I started working as a psychic when I was 19 years old, and I've been doing it ever since. This is my full-time gig, and I've been teaching Reiki for over 20 years. And I was teaching in an energy medicine school too for the past 15 years. So this has been my whole life. I've never done anything else. This is my full-time gig. And I've done over 15,000 individual sessions in the past 25 years, which I only know because my publisher made me count. And when I saw that, I was like, wow, dang, that's a lot of healings. And right now my work is mostly focused on training. So I'm still doing individual sessions. I do still do that, but mostly I feel like my work right now is training psychic healers and empaths to fully step into their gifts, because the world needs all the healers it can get now more than ever. And many of us are getting tuned into the idea that we might want to be healers. And that's sort of my passion in the moment. And my passion, like I said, is to bring healing to as many people that need it. And the healing that we're doing tonight is a combination of healing. So the healing modalities that I mostly use are Reiki, and full spectrum healing, which is what my friend and colleague Rhys Thomas teaches in the Rhys Thomas Institute, which is where I taught for 15 years. And that style of energy healing is called full spectrum healing. And through all the years that I've been working, I have come up with my own style of healing too, which I don't know how to describe what it is, but it's my own thing. So what we're going to do tonight is a combination of those things. So this will be a mix of Reiki, full spectrum healing. The first part of the healing is going to help restore your energy, because I think part of the reason that we're so stressed out is because we're very energy depleted. And Reiki is particularly effective at replenishing your energy if you're feeling depletion, which, as far as I can tell, anyone I've ever worked on over the age of 12 has severe energy depletion. And it's been a really hard year, so many of us feel really tired. So the first part of the healing I'm going to do is Reiki to restore your energy, just to give you some energy to work with, to kind of fill up your energy tank. And if you've never heard of Reiki, I can just tell you quickly that it is a gentle, hands-on energy healing technique from Japan. It's very nurturing. It's very soothing. It uses the frequency of unconditional love to nurture and restore us. So I'm going to do that for the first half of the healing. Once our energy tanks are full, I'm going to do a healing that will release our adrenal glands, because one of the things that happens when we get stressed out is we go into kind of a fight or flight, like a constant fight or flight, where our adrenal glands are pushing adrenaline, cortisol into our system all the time. And wow, this year, I mean, I can't imagine anyone has been through this year without being totally in fight or flight. A lot of times it's been intense. And globally, nationally, and individually, it's been an interesting ride. So the second part of the healing, I'm going to release your adrenal glands, which basically puts them into the off position. It will, for the moment, make sure that your adrenal glands aren't firing and you're not in fight or flight. I'm going to start this whole thing by doing a guided meditation to help us all ground and get in our bodies, so that we can be, prepared to receive the healing. So there's a couple of things that I just want to Make sure you know, like, it's really, really better if you're either lying down or sitting down in a very comfortable place. Like, please make sure you're not driving while you're receiving this healing, because healings put you into a kind of an altered state, and we don't want to be operating heavy machinery or driving or anything like that while we're getting a healing. The other thing I'm going to do is turn off everyone's mics so it's nice and quiet. You can leave your camera on. It helps me a little bit. I'm going to be looking at you while I'm working, and it's a little helpful for me if I can see you while I'm doing that, but you don't have to. If you really feel like turning your camera off, go ahead. It's not totally necessary. When I'm done with the healing, so I expect that the guided meditation will be about 5 to 10 minutes, and then the healing will take probably about half an hour, 20 minutes to half an hour. The other thing that I'm going to be doing is working on with a proxy. So I will be using, I'm going to be using my daughter's teddy bear as a proxy, which means the healing will happen on the bear, and as it'll be all of you. So all of you come together in sort of a hologram. I always put myself in there too. So all of you will come together as a hologram to receive the healing, and whether you receive it now or later, so this will be recorded, and you're going to get a copy of the recording, and you can listen to it later, watch it later, and still receive the benefits of the healing. Like, it goes through space and time, so you're going to get it no matter when you listen to it or watch it. When we're done, I will just to let you know, so I'll bring everybody back into the room, and then we'll have a chance to open up the mics, your mics, and share for a few minutes about what happened for you, and just see if anything comes up that you have a question about what you experienced. And I expect that we'll be done at about 8:30, or possibly a little later. So just so you know how to plan. So does that sound good? Everybody good? Everybody ready? Yeah? Okay, cool. So let's start by lying down or sitting down, whichever you're more comfortable with. And I want you to just take a minute and really feel where you are in your body. So if you feel like you want to close your eyes, that can be quite helpful for grounding. Settle yourself into your body. Take a little minute to remember that you even have a body. Like, oh my God, I've got a body. And take a deep breath now. Breathe right into your heart. So take a deep breath. Imagine a big beam of light coming in the top of your head and going right straight to your heart. And as you let that light enter your heart, any sadness or grief or pain or any emotion or physical sensation that you have in your heart, I want you to just breathe down your spine, down your legs, and imagine you could breathe all of that energy out the bottoms of your feet. This is grounding, and we're doing some grounding and clearing. And now do that breath again. So imagine a big beam of light coming in the top of your head. This time it's going to go right to your belly. Bring it in your belly. And our bellies are where we tend to collect the energetic goo and residue and energy of other people in the world. So on this exhale breath, I want you to release. It's like especially if you're sensitive and an empath, this is where we tend to hold on to other people's stuff. So squeeze it out on your exhale breath and let it run down your legs and out the bottoms of your feet. We're going to ask the earth to receive this energy and recycle it with a big blessing and a big prayer. And now take a breath in the top of your head and breathe right to your tailbone. Find your tailbone. And when we come into our tailbones, we tend to land in our body pretty hard. So you might suddenly really feel your body. And just notice what's going on inside your body. If you have pain or tightness, if you're not feeling well, we just want to breathe some love and acknowledgement into that. Breathe some compassion to your body and love on the inhale breath. And on the exhale breath, drop any energy, pain, sensation that you're ready to let go of down the grounding cord, right into the earth. So the grounding cord, we're going to imagine that your tailbone is extending and getting really big and going right through the layers of the building you're in and down, down, down into the earth, like the big taproot of a tree. And this is what helps keep us connected and grounded. And again, we just release. So I'm going to invite you, if you have emotion, it's really, really healthy and beneficial to have an emotional release in the healing. So you might cry, or you might feel something. And if you do, I just encourage you to go with it and breathe. Don't hold your breath. Don't run away from the feeling. Just take these really deep breaths that we're doing now. Breathe light into wherever you're feeling the emotion as it's coming up, and go ahead and release it down the grounding cord if it's ready to go. We don't have to push it. It's not like we're trying to push it away. We're just giving it an exit point if it feels like leaving. And then if you're extra sensitive and empathy, you can just imagine that all around the top of your head, all around the outside of you is like your personal bubble. So go inside your personal bubble. Your energy fields has on the outside of it a boundary layer. And we just want to imagine, pretend, or visualize that that boundary layer is something nice and solid, like a crystal ball or an eggshell. And you and everything that's you is on the inside, and the world is on the outside, and nothing can cross this boundary without your permission. You're very, very safe and contained inside your own energy. And just notice if you feel any different now than you did a few minutes ago before we started. This is a great place to start a healing from. So I would just invite you to relax, and we begin to receive the healing. Hey, I want you guys to slowly bring yourself back. Slowly come on back. Take a nice deep breath. Breathe right into your belly again. Take a nice deep breath and exhale anything down and out the grounding cord that you let go of in the healing. Let it all go. Release everything. Begin to bring yourself back into the room. Wiggle your fingers and your toes. And when you feel ready, you can open your eyes. It's really good to drink a lot of water after this healing, but I'd love for you guys to open up your mics and tell me a little bit about how that went. Or you can chat in the chat box. If you have a question, if you have a comment, if you want to share how that went, I'd love to know how you feel. Drink some water, definitely.
I'll say something.
Yeah, go ahead.
My body felt relaxed. That may not be a big deal to some people, but it's been very tense for a long time. I wake up with headaches and clenching my teeth, and it was wonderful. I could just feel everything draining.
Oh, that's so good. I'm so glad. Yeah. And so you feel more relaxed right now?
Yes.
Perfect. That's what we want to have. So glad to hear it. Anybody else have anything you want to share?
I will.
Okay.
I was late and stressed. I'm like, I knew there was something I was supposed to be doing. I'm like, what am I doing? And all of a sudden, I got a little message on my phone, delayed message, and then I remembered and I sat down and I had been ramping up all day and getting a little more anxious and a little more depressed. And once I did this, it just kind of everything just kind of melted away.
Good. Okay, so you feel less stressed and a little melty?
Yeah, I feel much calmer now, and don't feel like I need to go run out the door and do busy work.
That's really good. Yeah, so when our adrenals are jacked up like that and we're in that fight or flight, we have that, like, sometimes the impulse to like do, like run. It's like the rat race, the hamster wheel kind of feeling. And when we calm down the adrenals, like when we stop, we can take some space and have a chance to just be instead of do. And that's really like very, very beneficial.
Yeah, that's great. Thank you.
That's so good. Good. So Katie says her pain is gone. I'm so glad to hear that. Thanks for letting me know. And Reagan says very relaxed but tired. So yeah, a lot of times when you're probably genuinely tired. So we use our adrenal glands, like we lean into our adrenal glands to push through when we should rest. Like your body is tired because it needs to rest. And when we ignore that and we're like, no, I must soldier on, we kind of like hop up on caffeine and sugar, and we like take energy out. We like borrow energy out of the adrenal glands. And there's only so far we can do that before we burn out, you'll have adrenal fatigue. And that's a big problem for most of us, I think, for most of us adults. And so what's underlying is probably the tiredness that, you might really just need some deep rest over some period of time to recover your adrenal glands. Yeah, so thank you. Thanks for sharing that. Anybody else have anything? I'm sorry I'm fiddling around with my computer, but for some reason it's not charging. And it's about to run out of battery. Just going to text my daughter to bring me my other charging cord, so give me a second here. Okay. Who else has something they would like to share?
I'll share.
Okay.
I'll go.
All right. Janice and then Diane.
Oh, so I feel relaxed, but also uplifted. You know, it felt like the whole time my body was stimulated in a good way.
Hmm.
There was I could feel all the energy. I could feel my entire body. So it felt really good.
Well, that's good. So did you feel like you were out of your body before that?
No, I don't know. I don't know that, but it was a very nice experience.
This one will work. Let's see. Yeah. Well, that's good, Janice. I'm so glad. I mean, Janice, you have like a natural lightness of your being. Like, I think that's your natural state. You know, it's sort of like who you are. Oh, there we go. Who you are as a person is pretty vital, you know? And sometimes when we clear out the blocks, we can come back to our innate vitality. And that's
Yeah.
where you're going to feel like tingling, pulsing. Like, I think you got back to your normal vibe, if that makes sense.
Yes, thank you very much. It's great.
You're so welcome. Diane, you had something? Diane Picard?
Yes, that was amazing. I did feel a lot of emotions, a lot of sadness. My heart was hurting, holding in a lot of stuff. But I could also feel, I know what Reiki is, and I could feel you going pressure on one side of my body, my hands, down my body, my legs, up the other side. Not hurting pressure, but just sensation, I guess. But I feel good right now. I feel great.
That's so good.
I feel like I took a little nap.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. And I did spend a lot of time on the Reiki. It was really interesting I've never done Reiki on a group this big. And I could feel like it was interesting for me. First of all, it made me sweat. So, wow. And I had to go slower because it just took me a while to like organize everyone's energy. And then it would feel really, really thick in some places, you know, and when I was working on everybody's heart, it felt like the thickest, like there was so much heartbreak. And I see a lot of people in the chat saying they felt heaviness around the heart. It's been a year of a lot of grief and a lot of sadness for people. And it was interesting for me because it just took a lot longer. Like if I'm working on it one person at a time, I can, you know, shift the energy quickly, but in a group, it took a while. And the flip side of that is I think that we collect more power. So my theory is that group healings can be more powerful than individual healings because it's the entire energy of the group comes together in a particular way that can boost the power of a healing, you know. So that's my theory. I don't know if it's true, but I think it might be.
Thank you.
Yeah. So Betsy said the heart, your
Yes.
heart felt heavy and was beating faster.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. It was really intense around people's heart. The other thing that I felt was there was a lot of constriction when I was working on the throat. And I think we all have such trouble speaking our truth and speaking up and saying what we need to say. But the throat was like so constricted and tight. And it took a while to open. And the heart was very heavy and sludgy. Just like felt like I was just like really, really releasing. And then I did the adrenal release, which went pretty well. And the guides that I work with came in and really worked on everyone's central nervous system at the very end to bring light into the central nervous system, because part of our stress is like that is how like jacked up we get from trauma. And we tend to hold that in our nerves and our central nervous system and in our fascial tissue. And so they did at the end an intense, like, sort of blowing out trauma out of everyone's central nervous system. So I don't know if anyone felt, it was intense for me to feel sort of the tingling up and down my spine at the very end. So that was pretty cool. So that's what I mean. Like I base these things on healings that I know, but most of the time my guides come in and they're like, we've got this. We know they're gonna do what they're gonna do, and I just am a conduit for it, really.
For me, it was I had pain when we started,
Mm-hmm.
and my lower back, and as soon as you said to bring it into your tailbone, it was gone. And I don't relax well. I don't. I could feel the energy, especially around my heart. It was there, then it was gone, but then it was there. Of any one place, it was around my heart the most. I could feel it on the top of my head, my arms, and then partially through my torso and just a little bit of my legs. But then I don't, like I said, I don't relax well, and I got kind of twitchy and I don't always shut my mind off enough. So I felt like it was starting to turn on, and I was fighting myself shutting it off. But it was relaxing. Like I felt like I partially had that glow around me between the tingling and I don't know if I'd call it heaviness around my heart. It was more electricity, I guess, for me. But it felt good. I haven't done this in a very, very long time, so it was really good for me.
That's great. So glad to hear it. Yeah, it was.
Lisa, can I add one more thing? I forgot this for a minute, but I kept having the word beautiful come to my mind. And then it would go, and then it would come back again, and it kept coming back. I don't usually, I don't know. I thought that was kind of interesting.
I don't know if we lost Lisa or.
Lisa, you look frozen.
I think so.
Yeah, I think something happened with her computer.
I think she logged off. She'll be back on, I think, in a minute. She must be having trouble with her internet. There she is.
You muted, Lisa.
You're muted, Lisa.
Okay, that was weird. I got bounced out of my own meeting. But yeah, I'm glad to be back. So so sorry about that. Janice, did you say that you were, was that you were talking about the word beautiful?
Yes, it just
Yeah.
kept coming back to my mind. I don't know. It just kept coming in and coming in and coming in over and
Well,
over again.
Do you feel like you need to contemplate your inner beauty?
Maybe that was, yeah, I'll think about that.
Yeah. Awesome.
I
Cool.
can share.
Okay.
Good to see you, Lisa.
Yeah, you too, honey. How are you?
I'm good. I've been having a hard time getting grounded lately, and I feel way more grounded after doing this. I feel like I've kind of been in my head a lot, and almost like kind of like lightheaded, like just too high and not able to like get grounded. So that was super helpful. I agree with everybody else. I've been like automatically, I just felt this like grief in my heart. And definitely through the meditation, there seemed to be like a sense of like grief in that area and just an expansion as you went through to the dense areas inside of me. I felt like those areas that feel more heavy or dense lighten up. And almost saw like a light, like kind of on my shoulder area where I think I hold a lot of tension. I just felt like this light in that area that released a lot of that. So that was helpful. And then I just kind of had an image of myself like holding onto a rope, like holding on like too tight, and just like this message to like let go, that I just need to like let go and release, and like the idea of like that control and just like letting go of the control and releasing it.
Good message.
Yeah, I mean, a couple other things, but that's the gist of it. It was great. Thank you so much.
No, you're so welcome. It was great for me too. Anybody else have a comment before we wrap things up for tonight?
Just agree that it was wonderful. It was really, I'm still like vibing and tingling, and I agree that I'm like so, yeah, grounded and present, and I think I'm just gonna sleep like a baby tonight.
That's good.
A couple of times I got like these like a shot of energy that like just like went right to my hands, like my hands like lit up. And I thought it was almost seemed like a couple of times it seemed like you were almost like blowing through a straw. I don't know what that sound was. It was the microphone or something, but
yeah, I was breathing pretty heavy, pretty like when I get to some place that feels really stuck, I'll take a really, really deep breath and try to release it. And there was quite a lot of that. So yeah, you'll hear me breathing kind of, heavy on the other end.
well, so because it was on two of those times that I got this, like, it was just like my hand, just like they went like that. So they didn't actually move, but I felt them just sort of totally light up.
Oh.
It was really strong, but I didn't feel the grief in my heart. Actually, I felt so much in my belly area, like It was like fireworks, tons of activity from the minute you started. I got purple and yellow lights just like streaming up, through my head, and just energy rapidly moving through my body. It was powerful and amazing and wonderful. I love just feeling it all move. I haven't done a healing in a while either.
Yeah, we all need it. We really need it.
Thank you. So good.
Yeah, so welcome, honey. So welcome. Anybody else have something? Jill, did you have something you wanted to say?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Which Jill?
I know.
We'll do one and then the other. Jill, Kelly, you start.
Okay. So I felt when I do Reiki, I feel a pulse, and we've talked about that before. And that the whole time it was just like zeroing in on this pulse, this feeling of just energy just coming through. And I haven't had a healing done for myself for a long time, but I've been doing a ton lately. I just haven't had enough time for myself. And when I felt the energy, and when I felt it when you were at the heart, and I saw these long fingers just like of light, just like going like this, like over my heart, like trying to release it, and the pulse got stronger after that. So I'm not sure if it was a collective pulse, if everybody felt a pulse, or it was just, it was super intense. And I really enjoyed it. And I feel so clear now. Like my energy just feels clear. And when you said it was kind of sludgy, that's how I felt like in the beginning. And then like now it's just like I can breathe through my whole system. So thank you.
You're welcome. Thanks, Jill. Other Jill?
I just felt like, I just feel very like calm now. I've been sort of rattled up lately. Not able to really like calm my brain. I just felt like it sort of emptied in a way. And I got like I felt like a tingling sort of go kind of through my body.
Good. Yeah. Good. Yeah, I spent some time in the very beginning working on using Reiki to settle the mind, and I always do that when I start a Reiki session because I feel like we need to sort of shut down our minds a little bit to really receive deeply, and it can take a while. So almost like even the first 10 minutes that I do a healing, I'll hold somebody's head until I feel them stop thinking, and then once we stop thinking, our energy tends to sort itself out. Our thoughts cause a lot of problems. So, when we stop thinking, we can kind of balance ourselves a lot more. So thanks, Jill.
Thank you.
All right. And one last one before we end for tonight. Anybody want to share one last thought? All right. Well, you guys have a beautiful night. The next one I'm doing will be, I think, is an inner child meditation. So you can join me there. I have a whole list on my website of the ones that are coming up. I'll be doing them every couple of weeks, like every 2 weeks. I'm doing a new one. So come back, tell your friends about it, yeah, I'd love to have 100 people. I'd love to have 100 people, you know, and really. And see, like, just to share the healing, to share the love, because we all need it so much right now. So thank you so much for spending tonight with me. I hope that helps you, and I hope you all have a beautiful night.
Thank you, Lisa.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks. Bye.
Thank you, darling.
Thank
you. Bye.